Hello and welcome back to Rose Lane. I'm here today to do the flip through that I promised everybody on the 6x6 journal that I did and posted up on some of the Facebook groups. Several of the ladies asked if I would do a tutorial. I'm not quite set to do the tutorial yet, but I did want to show you the flip through. Sometimes it's easier, well, it is definitely easier to see anything that's kind of interactive live rather than just in still pictures. It's kind of hard to figure out sometimes. So I wanted to show you this today, and hopefully I'll be pulling all my pieces together to do the tutorial over the weekend, and hopefully I'll have that up by Tuesday. But before I start this, I just want to thank everybody for coming over. First of all, I want to thank Angela. What a doll. She is such a wonderful, wonderful woman, and if there's anybody who happens to be on my channel, which I doubt, who doesn't know Angela, please go find Angela Kerr and look at all of the beautiful things that she does. When I grow up, I want to be like Angela. In any case, I wanted to thank Angela for everything that she's done by featuring that piece that I had done for the challenges, hers and a couple of others as well. And I'm going to try to put links to those videos for Gina at Firefly Studios, the entry that I had given for her, and also a link to Rachel at Roxy Creations for the link for the piece that I had given to her, because this trifold piece, and we're still trying to come up with a name for it. I'm not sure what that's going to be, if it's going to be, but I did it for all three ladies, and I did it with different themes in mind. So you can see how adaptable it can be to other things. So I'll put those links in anyway, and eventually I will get a tutorial of that of my own as well. But anyway, let's get to this. I don't know where this came from. I sat down the other day and I just started pulling things out. I had printed off the Nature's Remedies from Artie Mays, Andrea, and from Tracie at Foxy Creations. And I wanted to use it and I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing. And I just started pulling out papers and things, and this is what happened. Really, I have no idea where it came from. But anyway, it was really cute. I really liked it. And I'm going to explain a little bit about happy accidents, which is something I've been finding happen to me a lot. So anyway, let's get started. So this is a 6x6 piece. I'm going to just bring it up so you can see a little bit. I'm going to explain this. This is, and there's going to be some controversy on how this is pronounced. This is a cross stitch. That's a safe way of saying it. This is cross-stitch fabric. Some people say Aida, some people say Ada. It just depends. But in any case, and there's a story behind that, which I'm not going to go into, but I did a little ribbon embroidering on this, and I will probably, if anybody's interested in that, I can do a tutorial on that at a later date as well. So that's the cover, and this is a little bit of lace there, front and back. This is just some sari silk, and just kind of coffee dyed the way it was, or tea stained the way it was. I did not do it. That's the way it came to me. And we'll just open that up. And this here is the accordion spine. So when I go through this book, I'm going to keep all the elements, all the tags and everything out, because I want to show you at the end how it kind of flattens down, or how it can fatten up. It's pretty fat. You can see that I've got a lot in there, but you can still open the spine and get more if you really had to. So anyway, I'll list the papers that I used, where I got them from, in the comments below. So let's just get started on that. So we open it up. Let me get centered here. I made some tags. I was going to sew my tags, and you can see the stitching on there. I covered the stitching on the back because something happened to my bobbin, and I like the way it looks, but I wasn't going to sew like that. So in any case, there is some sari silk, there's some dyed cheesecloth, a little bit of collaging down here, and just some hemp string up here. So we have 3 tags. I'm probably too close to the camera. We have 3 tags there, and everything here I backed with the coffee dyed paper. I did no stamping, I did no stenciling, I did no other embellishing at all, because it was a small book and I wanted to save as much room as possible for the for the ability for somebody to be able to journal, because all the pages are a colored page. There's no coffee dyed page or anything like that for a foundational page anyway in the book. And here's one of those happy accidents. I realized that many times we make our journals or we sell them to people, and people don't want to write in them because they're so pretty. They don't want to mess them up. They want to keep them looking pretty. But I noticed with this that everywhere where you would write will be hidden when you put it back. So you can write on every inch of available writing space in this journal and never change its appearance as you flip the pages, which is kind of neat. So happy accident. They happen to me a lot. Anyway, so this is an envelope, a side envelope that comes, or a side envelope that comes with the kit. There's butterflies that come with the kit. I just fussy cut them and I took them out. This is the field note little journal that comes with the kit, and I just put an elastic around it. I sewed some pages together and I put them in so that you can take them out if you wanted to and you wanted to replace them. So this is just the lining, the centerpiece that I put. I made a couple of pockets on the side. I used these papers with the printables from the kit to make the tags and booklets and things in the book. So that goes back in here if I can do it quickly. I'm hoping I'm not getting too close to the camera. What I used in here, this paper is saffron on the paper. And before anybody goes, oh my goodness, saffron is so expensive, I'll give you my quick story about that. About 10 years ago, somebody gave me this little tin of saffron, and I knew it was expensive. So I was cautious about where I might want to use it. And so I never did. I never used it. So I'm not about to cook now with 10-year-old saffron. So now it gets to dye my papers. So, so we have a saffron page in there. There's some graph paper. This one's tea dyed. Then there's coffee dyed. And then this paper, and I don't know if you can quite pick up the color. I think maybe. You can see it's a little green. This was sage on the paper. And then we did some more. And this one, if you can see it, you can't maybe see it on the camera so much. It's got a little bit of a tint of red to it. That was paprika. So this has 20 pages, so it's 40, or 20 papers, so it's 40 pages front and back in that tiny little notebook, and then that goes right back in there. Big explanation. Okay, this was a couple of journaling cards from the kit. I put a couple of tabs on them. I have a little paper clip here that's just holding the doors together, and they flip open, and you have all of this space for journaling space. Get it all in there. There we go. And then this tucks in the back. I took a couple of the tickets, made a tuck spot, one of the folding cards, lined that with the coffee dyed paper. And then this piece, let me put this to the side. Oh, I was going to leave the pieces out, right? So I could show you how it flattens out. So I'll do that. This piece opens up like this. So you have all that writing space on this side, on this piece as well. So as I'm saying this, let me put these things off to the side. So we'll put that back. I'm going to even leave the paper clips out. Let me take this out. And I'll take these tags out. This is going to start getting messy. Okay. Over here, there was just a paper clip again on top. And because I had this pretty roses and pinks in here, I wanted to bring that into the center of the book more. So I put the seam binding, and I like triple or quadruple, however long the piece of seam binding was. I just kept like tying and making sort of like little knots. So it gave it a little bit of a different look. This is just one of the envelopes from the kit. And then I just put some coffee dyed paper, plain, just a couple of sheets inside there. And we'll put that to the side. And another little, one of the envelopes from the kit with a little matching card. And I put some paper inside there as well. And those were just sewn along. Well, this was just sewn along the spine. Next page, move that over. Another clip. This is just a plain tag, coffee dyed on the back, and another envelope. These are so, so beautiful. I really love this paper. Took some of my coffee stained cutoffs that I was using and just put a little piece across the top and made a little notepad that goes inside here as well. And then this page, two simple little tags with a little bit of lace on top. Lace is minimal, ribbon minimal. I tried to keep things feminine, but I wanted it to look like something that you would take out into the field with you, but still look like it belonged to a woman. So those are, excuse me, those are, it's allergy season. Those are the tags that go in there. I'm going to keep them out. And then I just did a little cluster over here, and here's more of the dyed cheesecloth that I have, a little bit of lace, and then just one of the stamps from the kit as well. On this page, put that over there. On this page, when I put the pictures up, I didn't have this on there. They were, I'm trying to get them so that the light doesn't put glare on them. These also came with the kit. I just backed them onto a piece of cardstock. I inked the back. I popped a hole in the middle. This has got, I'll think of it, glossy accents. That's on top. When I did the pictures, these were drying, and I had forgotten about that. So I just came back and put them on here. This pocket is a piece of muslin, and I just kind of randomly stamped with that, with some archival ink on there, some flower images, just stamped there, overlapping and all kinds of stuff. This is about 23-year-old twine. It's from a roll of twine that we used to wrap our newspapers in for recycling. And I took it and I made some puddles of distress ink in some of the colors that I have. I think I used walnut stain, which is the darker, more brown color. This color was the brushed corduroy, and then this one was the bundled sage. I just let them soak in the puddles for a little while, and then I let them dry. I braided them, tied them off on the ends, and then took my famous pokey tool and pulled out all the threads on the end. So a little short tassel here and a longer tassel there. I think you can see that. Put the letters back so it looks nicer. I guess I'm into tassels. So anyway, we have this. There's a second pocket underneath. I just love this mule. He was part of the cutoff, and I loved him, so I wanted him in the book. So I put him there, and I just put a little reinforced edge here by folding over a piece of the paper that I used on the spine and a couple other places in the book. So we have this. I left this unadorned so that you can journal there, and then you're going to say, oh, well, then you'll be able to see it, but you won't because the tag goes over it. And then you have the space on the back as well to journal. I did pull a few of these things into, again, to help pull that pink more into the center of the book. Then we have, also from the kit, the fold outs, and I lined them with coffee dyed paper. I'm running out of room. I have a library card, coffee dyed paper on the back. All of this is from the kits from Andrea and Tracie. Another one of the fold outs that I lined with the coffee dyed. And then these two lined with coffee dyed parchment paper that I have here that I happen to have in my stash, and some of the green paper that was cut-offs from in here. These two images are camellias. I did look it up to make sure that they had medicinal properties, which they do, apparently. So I used them again so that I could pull the pink in. And I think these images I got from Far Mirage. So I would have to check that out and make sure for that for you. This little goodie, I love these things. If you haven't been to Angela's channel to see her envelope series, this is awesome. This is her envelope, exciting envelope number 13. It's her teeny one, as she says. She says it so much better than I do. And I just undid this. I put a little string around here, made one of these little fasteners. And this opens up like this, like this, like this, and like this. Now, I have not put any tags in here yet. But you have a spot here to put tags, a spot here to put a tag. You have a spot here, and you have a spot here as well. I did not glue this down, so if you wanted to stick, you know, where it overlaps here, I didn't stick that down. I left that open. So if you wanted to put like a little stamp or something like that, just something for another layer, you could do that as well. So that's that piece, and that folds back like that. When Angela does hers, she does these beautiful adornments with it. I wanted to keep it plain. Again, the paper did the adorning. I wanted to keep it plain so it looked like something that you would take out into the field with you. Okay, this side, another paper clip. And this is a fold over tag. I put them end to end and lined them with the coffee stained paper, and it just clips over the page. This paper clip here is just there to keep this down. This is fastened to the page, and it just flips out. The other side is the same thing. Another tag fastened to the page and just flips out. And then the back. We have a bullnose clip back here. This piece in the kit is taller and narrower. I shrunk it down a little bit so it would fit in my 6x6 because it was just a little over, I think. And I widened it just a little bit. Not much, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. I widened it, so I didn't want it to get too distorted. So when you open this, let me move this up a little bit. When you open this, it opens this way. I have a pocket here that I haven't put anything in. You could put something in there. I have 20 pages front and back here. This is just plain coffee dyed paper. There was nothing, you know, special about that. I just sewed it in. I had cut, well, I'll do this part first and look back and do the explanation. This is the back flap. When you open that, there's another pad of 20 pages on this side. Again, just sewn into the seam. And then in the middle, I have just a piece of tea-stained graph paper that I stuck in this pocket. And then there is another pocket here as well. So what I did was, I'll open it up from the back, I just cut it apart down what looks like would be the natural, on the print, what would be the natural seam, cut it apart, and then just used the coffee stain muslin on that. And it's kind of hard to see, but it is there. And all you have to do, and I will do a tutorial on this if anybody wants to see, it's really not that hard. It's just a matter of where you place the little packet, the little signature of paper on the muslin. This one is placed closer to this piece here, and this piece I think you could see is placed farther apart. So when this flips over, it gives you more room, so it'll lay flat. And what another happy accident I discovered about this is really neat. It will do this. So if you needed to just hold it and write, if you were out in the field, you could do that. And it does it the other way as well. Yes, it goes backwards, but you can flip it that way. And then you can still write. So it will hold in your hand. It will open up flat. And it will close like a trifold. So those are all the pieces that go in this. So now if I pick this up and I squeeze it back down, you can see exactly how narrow it is when you start it, and how much it can expand by how little or how much you put in. So basically that was it. That was just a little bit of a flip through for this. And I will be trying to put a tutorial up on Tuesday. It won't look like this book exactly. Still going back and forth on what I think my theme is going to be. But I'm going to try in the tutorial to do the same elements. They just won't be the Nature's Remedies kit. But I'm going to try to do the same elements so that you can see what I did. So I'll do a book like this. I will do another book like this one. I'll do another one of Angela's little teeny fold-outs, exciting envelope number 13, and tags and flip over tags and all that kind of stuff. We'll try to do that again. And depending on what the theme is, maybe we'll even, I won't, in that video, that would have to be a separate one, but maybe I'll try to do something along with the ribbon embroidery as well. So that's it, ladies. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to be back over the weekend. I have one of those essential jobs, so I will be working through the holiday. So I will try to get this done through the weekend and get it posted up, hopefully no later than Tuesday evening if I'm lucky. Okay? Well, that's good. Thanks for dropping by Rose Lane again, and be blessed, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.